I think last time we did one, but I still think that's a lot of money to give up, and he's not going to go anywhere. Now that we're getting close to training camp, I don't see someone being willing to trade for a quarterback right before, the training camp. Like it's too late. Just like, again, I know we're not really going to talk about the Deshaun Watson thing. I know that's still hung up, but and he'll get traded, probably next offseason, or maybe, during the season for actually next year, 2022, not 2021, but like him playing this year, Deshaun Watson, that ship has sailed. Aaron Rodgers being traded somewhere, that ship has sailed.
Too late. It's too late.
Yeah. It's so I mean, yeah, either he sticks to his guns and is willing to eat losing a lot of money. I don't know. Like I said, he's a smart guy. I just think he was definitely very petty in the timing of him wanting to be traded on draft day, where essentially it was anniversary of the Jordan Love pick, and where I guess he felt he was. But for a guy who was as smart as he is, he just, I don't know. He's not very emotionally intelligent. I'll put it that way.
Well, yeah, he's juvenile.
Yeah. You remember that old movie, The Breakfast Club, and that principal says to the kid, "Don't play with the bull, son. You might get the horns." So that's what the GM's saying to your boy Rodgers. Don't mess with us, man.
Yeah, he might be able to pull that off at some other city, but Green Bay, that's blue collar, that's working class. It's just folks who own that team, and they have a history of doing what they do from day one, and they haven't deviated, and it's been really very successful for them over the years. I mean, they've had some droughts like most teams, but they're not going to play this game.
Well, it's hallowed ground there, man. I mean, they wear green and gold, not like turquoise and orange. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like real football team.
It's the tundra.
Yeah.
It's the sable voice and all of that. So, but
you go ahead. I was going to say real quick. Again, I know it's a lot of drama, and I know it's, some people might find it embarrassing, but kind of echoing what Lugs said is, since they had Brett Favre, we're going on close to 30 years of just continued excellence and success.
Yep.
And obviously they've dealt with this before with Brett Favre. So who's to say that it won't happen again with Jordan Love? I mean, it might. So, again, as messy as it has looked, it still might end up kind of like Lugs alluded to, being gold for Green Bay, because they've been a well-run organization for at least close to 30-plus years. So,
and during this whole period, Jordan Love, he's got to work out with the team one. Now they know exactly who they have here. They don't get him in game situations yet, but they know if the potential is there. And obviously they think so, because all has been glowing coming out of Green Bay about his practices. So I was just going to say, interesting, some NFL folks that are saying they're not going to, or they're being coy about whether they're going to get vaccinated, like Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, and the NFL's protocols. If you're not vaccinated, they're pretty restrictive. I mean, you get tested every day, mask everywhere. You can't have meals with the players that have been vaccinated. It's just, I really don't get this anti-vaccination thing. I just don't. Somebody explain to me why you wouldn't protect yourself from a disease that's possibly, if not deadly to you, very damaging.
Well, do you think they're just trying to call their bluff, or what? Push it a little bit?
Maybe. I don't know. It's to me, it's a non-issue. It's like, protect yourself.
Well, you make as much money as you do in the NFL. Why wouldn't you just follow the rules?
Yeah, I mean, we've been vaccinating, getting vaccinations for a very long time, since the 50s at least, with the polio vaccines. So,
kind of echoing what you're saying, Lugs. Also, the other reason why too is just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't get COVID. Supposedly, obviously, it had been reported that I guess Chris Paul had took the Pfizer vaccine, but he's in danger of missing parts of the Western Finals in the NBA because he tested positive for COVID. So, I'm with you all. Obviously, I think we've all kind of echoed the same thing for quite a while. It seems, I don't know. It seems, and obviously it's a bigger issue because obviously, in the news, I mean, there's a lot of people that, nurses and doctors and other staffing in hospitals that are willing to possibly be terminated because it was the policies of the hospitals for people to get vaccinated or lose their livelihoods. And some people are willing to lose their livelihoods. So it's, it is it's a thing that affects the NFL, but obviously it's still affecting, like I said, even people that feel like they would be better in the know than us on a regular basis in terms of this pandemic. They're still incredibly hesitant to take the vaccine. So it's not that hard to think that a player who, for the most part, is maybe aware, but obviously it's not in the front of their minds all the time, are still hesitant. So,
Lug's a friend of the show, an old friend of the show, Mike Polio's on line 1.
Oh, Mike Polio, my man.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, you mentioned Chris Paul in the NBA. I'm not a big NBA fan of playoffs and everything, but it's amazing to me the number of major players who've been injured. Kawhi Leonard being the most recent. He's out. Obviously, the Lakers weren't up to full strength.
Right.
James Harden at Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing to me what's going on. I guess.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, too. He's been ailing.
Yeah.
And to be fair to Lugs' point, Harden, I think, is just ready to kind of come back. Kyrie is now out for the Nets. So one comes in, one goes out. So
yeah, but Kevin Durant remains stable. He wins games for them.
He just keeps going. Okay, Lugs, did you want to do a little, sports of yesteryear? Here we go. Yes, sir. It's sports of yesteryear. We go back in time, back in life, back to the future. Here's Lugs. He's at the Indy 500 this weekend. Tell us
all right. Yeah. Let's go back to 1909. Jim Thorpe makes his pro baseball pitching debut for Rocky Mount. He wins that game 4-2, but the fallout will be he will have to forfeit his Olympic gold medals. 1929. Here's one of my favorite names. Otto E. Funk ends a marathon walk from New York to San Francisco. He did it as a 62-year-old in 183 days.
Did you say Funk?
Otto E. Funk.
All right.
I don't know if it's a Funk and Wagnalls kept on the porch or whatever.
Since noon
but
yesterday.
Anyway, 1975. This is major. The Milwaukee Bucks trade Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to L.A. for Walt Wesley. Don't remember him. And 4 other players that I don't remember either.
Poor Milwaukee. Milwaukee, man. Jeez.
But they're back. They're in the
GOAT.
playoffs. Hey, and as if it needed it, in 2018, the World Cup started using video assist referee technology. It was used for the first time, awarding France a penalty in the 2-1 win over Australia. I mean, there's so few scores in it just seems like you got to have replay for that. Seriously?
Is that when Pele did that header with that old-fashioned leather ball back then? Okay, never mind.
Sorry, dude. My internet went unstable there.
I'm sure it did. What else do you have for us?
That's it.
That's the sports of yesteryear? Is that what you're saying? Okay, good. Well, that's a good one. Jim Thorpe, Neil Funk, and Funk and Wagnalls. All together. Okay, what else, boys?
I guess on a non-related sports, this falls in the other stuff category.
I like it.
All right, R.I.P. to Ned Beatty.
Yeah.
Great character actor. Was kind of shocked when I looked at his filmography, at least on his filmography. I'm not saying it's wrong. His first movie was Deliverance.
Yeah, I think you're right.
which is crazy to think. Like one of his most memorable roles was his actual first role on
debut.
In film.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. But he obviously went on to have great spots in Network and obviously the Superman movies, and even later in Shooter. He ended up being the bad guy. Sorry for spoiling that movie for anyone. It's been out for 6+ years. Yeah. It runs ad nauseum on TNT at least 3 times a week. So you had your shot.
Cover your ears.
But just R.I.P. to Ned Beatty. Great character actor. Always a big fan.
Was he a Kentuckian?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep. He was from Louisville, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So we have the man who sits atop the pantheon for me, Harry Dean Stanton, Kentucky boy. Mm-hmm. So that's cool.
Yep.
Okay, is that it?
I just wanted to know.
Please go.
I just wanted to note the power of celebrity. Ronaldo, soccer player, at his press conference,
heard of him,
removed 2 bottles of Coke from the area, and the Mike Coke is the sponsor, and replaced them with water. And they're saying that cost the Coca-Cola company $4 billion because the stock dropped that much just because of that one move. So that I find that truly powerful for those sports figures. They can't say that they don't have direct effect other than the games.
That's good stuff. This has been Sports and Other Stuff, brought to you in part by Farrell Mobile Homes. Yes, cross that money-saving bridge for big savings. Stop in and ask for
fish.
Yeah.
And come on by and you can get an autograph from St. Matthews Mayor Rick Tonini. He's doing a special sports hats day.
A friend of the show, Rick Tonini. If it doesn't say Farrell on your mobile home, you probably paid too much. So you've wasted a good 20 minutes listening to us. We are the Sport Weasels, first in sound, first in service, first in other stuff, and reminding you, if you put 25 cents under your hat, you'll have secret headquarters. Well, all right. So long till next time. Bye-bye.